Hi, my name is Damien from Angelwolfstudios, and this video is about scheduling custom tables. Basically, what's been going on in 2019 and what's going to be going on in 2020. Okay, so just the basics, because I have mentioned a lot of this already. I have gone over a lot of this information already, and some of this information is also in my frequently asked questions on Etsy. So, number one, if I am not satisfied with the product that I created for you, it's not leaving my shop. That is my number one rule. If there's anything wrong, I mean, if there's this, even if it's a small thing to me, if I can take care of it, I'll take care of it before I send it out to you. I'm not just going to say, oh, well, I'll just send it anyway, because that might be that one thing that keeps you from loving the item when it arrives. So, I do this very often. I have done this over the past 2 years, except for once when I just rushed out an item and I did not like the way it looked, and the customer was unsatisfied. And I promised myself from that point on to never do that again. Number two, there are some very rare cases, and recently this has come up, and I'm assuming it's because that the holidays were coming. This is not something that I have experienced before in the past 2 years. This is the first time, and I'm dealing with it accordingly. If I do not have the materials to complete your table, then it will not even get started. Meaning, if I'm missing anything, whether it be cup holders, the fabric for your playing area, if I'm missing the materials needed for your topper, missing enough to make enough legs, which that usually doesn't come up, but you know what I mean. If I do not have all the materials to make your table, then it will not be done. There are only a couple of places here in town that I can go to get materials. There are more places than where I shop at, but in order to get the materials from them, I need specialized equipment in order to sorry about the jargon, but in order to mill the wood down to the proper size that I need. And in those locations, if I ask them to mill the materials down to what I need, then they charge a lot more per piece, which would mean it would most likely take your item out of budget, which is why I don't do that. As soon as I do get that equipment, of course, it does become cheaper for me to do it that way, and I might even be able to go down in some of my prices, but at the moment I do not have this set equipment. Okay, 3. All orders, whether it be a custom table or a commission furniture piece, or artwork, all of them are when they come in, they are dealt with on a first come, first served basis. This is the way I've been doing this all the time. And even with a rush of orders, as I've gotten recently, it has been okay to deal with. Number 4. Any other delays that I come up with, as far as being sick, being injured, the weather not working with me, anything like that, I post regularly and usually immediately on my social media, being Facebook, Instagram, and sometimes even TikTok. The only thing out of that stuff that I do not include are a little bit more personal. So I keep that, those things are fall under illness, I will say. And a lot of the times, well, not even a lot of the times, 100% of the time, if you are injured or ill, whether it be mental or physical, and if the weather conditions are not correct or optimal, working under any of those types of conditions is irresponsible. And the product that can come out of those situations is most likely will not be the best product that could come out of this. So, the main reason why anything has been backed up lately, and I am sure it's because of the holidays, the holidays coming up. Again, like I said, this is the first time I've experienced it. Is that materials have been not scarce, but unobtainable. When I go out, I spend a good amount of time to make sure I have good materials for you. I do not want a big, like say, the boards that I get, the wood especially that I get for you, I don't want any twists. I don't want any bows or curves where there shouldn't be any. There are some equipment, very expensive equipment, that can be purchased in order to correct such things, but two things happen. One, the material is no longer the size that I need it to be for your table. And two, I still wind up needing to go out and get more. I have in the past also completely redone a table before. Matter of fact, that was, I believe, at the beginning of the year. There was, it was either beginning of this year or the end of last year, a table that I was working on where just something wasn't right with the design, and I couldn't put my finger on it, what it was. So I asked a couple of people that that work in the woodworking community, and they agreed with me to scrap the project and start over. That wound up costing me a lot of money, but it was worth it in the end because the customer was happy with what they received. Now, I do not rush orders. As I said, after that first time rushing the order and it coming out looking like crap, I promised myself I will never do that again. So, if you give me an order and you say you need it by this and this specific time, if I do not answer that, that means it's not possible. If I have not given you the go-ahead of saying that, yes, it will be done by then and then, it's not possible for me to get it done by then. There are times when I attempt to get it done on a certain date, but then there are things that I cannot control that get in the way and bring me down to earth and say, hey, look, you need to take some time on this. All right. So, going forward in 2020, if anybody would like to have an express processing, what this means is if you really feel that you need to have the item that you ordered by a sooner date, then there will be a fee. Because I will have to set aside everything else that all the other orders that came in and work on yours. I haven't come up with this in the past because I thought this was something that was unfair to the other people. And I do realize that there are people that this is a non-factor. It's okay. Everybody to each his own. So for those people that would like to have express processing on any of the custom items, it will be coming at a price specialized to the item that you are ordering. Okay, so also going forward, in 2019, I have had a mini way to update you on the process of your items, but for some reason, multiple people have not been able to locate their item in the system that I came up with and follow where the progress is. So I do apologize for that. I did have canceled that process since then, and I'm still working on a way to get something similar but better up and running. For that, I needed to have my own website. So if you go to angelwolfstudios.com, then I would say keep your eyes open. That should be coming up in 2020 so that I could be able to give you a clear and concise idea of when things are going to be shipped out. Now, this only applies to custom tables and any other furniture commissions. And of course, any artwork that anybody commissions as well. This does not apply to any of the smaller items. Most of the smaller items, they are already ready-made, or at least have what we call a blank, to be then further processed to your specifications. All right. So I hope that was that information is satisfactory. If you still need any further updates, please let me know so that I can see what information I can give you. But for now, I will say as far as what's going on so far, everything is back on schedule after all of the delays that have come up in the past 2 months. Yes, 2 months with injuries, illnesses, weather. Everything is now back on schedule, and I should be able to give you individual updates coming soon. Now, for anybody who has just ordered something, again, same thing goes for you as well. Everything is on schedule, so you should not have to worry about anything being delayed as of yet. Of course, again, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, these are the places that you will be able to see where I have put updates as far as any delays that could be happening with the major projects that I'm working on. All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your understanding. Again, I do apologize for the inconvenience. These are things that are not within my control. But I am working towards getting these things under my control. Some of them at least. So, all right. Then I'll see you in the next video.